Well. Hi, everyone. Hello over there in social media land. Guess what? Guess who is in the house? Guess who is in the house? Guess who is in the house? Moi, your host of the Question Live Show. Yes, indeed, I am here. I am present, and I got her behind me. Yeah, you see? Oh, here, you see her? Yep, I got back up to that, honey. Yes, indeed. So we here. We're doing a thing or two. Oh, girl, bye. We're doing a thing or two up in here, This is what we do. This is the Question Live Show, and we are here again. Yes, indeed, we might slow down a little bit. And as you can see, she's like, hey, we here. We are here. We slowed down a little bit. This is season 11, and season 11 came on a rocky road, honey. If you are a mother out there and you know, if you are a mentor, you know. If you are a teacher, you know. If you are a caregiver, you know that sometimes you got to get on the bumpy road. And even if you're not a parent, you're a human being. You're alive. You're well. You're looking at me. Sometimes you know the journey gets bumpy. And if you like me, who like to have fun, and if you like me, who go different places, let me tell you something. If you summer's getting here, some places winter, but we're not talking about no winter language. We're talking about summer language. And if you like the summer, you like to go to the fun lands and all those good stuff. Let me tell you something. There's a thing called a roller coaster or the bumper car and all that good stuff. And you're gonna bump, you're gonna go. And that is what been happening to season 11. Season 11 started, and season 11 like, we did a roller coaster here on season 11, but guess what? Season 11 just started, so we're not even nowhere close to over for season 11. But even though we're not nowhere close for season 11 to end, we are closing out the month of May. Oh my God. Can you believe this, people? Can you really believe that May came in like whoop, and May is like bye? Hello. May came in like I say hello, hola. And May was like, I'm not staying here, right? May's like, I am not staying. I am out. I am gone. See you on the other year, next season. But guess what? We not playing. We not playing up in here. We're not playing up in here. We are in the season of divine grace. Absolutely. We're in the season of divine grace. And because we're in the season of divine grace, whether May want to leave or not, we still got to hold on to the grace period, all right? We still got to hold on to the fact that God is granting us grace. And let me tell you something. I was told that anywhere that I go, grace and mercy going to follow me. Mm-hmm. Grace and mercy going to follow me. So guess what? This month, the month of May, the 5th month, is the divine grace month. If you have not been experiencing no grace, you're lying, because yes, that's why you're here watching me. So listen up. We are resuming our schedule. We are coming in back slowly. We are picking back up where we left off. We know we don't dwell on the past now, but we are picking up some sticks and we're putting them together. We are picking some bricks. We are putting them together and we are building. We are going to continue building here. This is a show where we come on in and we build together. We build together. So again, this is the Question Live Show with your host, moi, Verona Willis-Brown. That is moi, okay? So we come on in here, and this is a place where we come on in and learn a thing or two, or three, or five, whatever the amount of thing is. This is a teaching platform. So I ask you to come on in if you are watching me right now and you see that up there that says live, or that down there that says live, anywhere in this rectangle, any corner that you see the word live in a little rectangle, you know that you're in the live audience. Absolutely. And if you are in the live audience, I ask you, hello, click the like button, click the share button, and let's roll. For those of you who are just tuning in, you are tuning in here for the first time. You've never been here before. You never heard of the Question Live Show before. You never heard of the All You Free Enough platform before. And you, of course, never heard of Verona Willis-Brown before. Well, I tell you, I say to you, today is your day. Today is your morning, your noon, your night, whatever time of the day it is, today is your day because now you came in on the right time. The time where we have the last Tuesday or Wednesday, because it's by one get roughly because we're always in 2 days. It's the last Tuesday and Wednesday in May 2024. So if today is your first time tuning in, I want to say to you a hearty welcome. Come on in the room because here we are one big family over here. So if it is your first time tuning in, just put right there, over there in the comment section, type it in, my first time, or wave your hand, or put me, and then guess what's going to happen? I will acknowledge your presence because you know what? Most of the time we go through life, we don't get acknowledged. We get accepted, but we don't get acknowledged. And here I like to recognize you. I like to acknowledge your presence. So I say to you, come on in the room and let me acknowledge you and know that you are here. Because you see, you're gonna see a lot going on up in this section right here. You're gonna see. So again, if this is your first time, wave to me, say hi to me, and say it is your first time because I have a cheerleading squad, and we welcome you. Now, for those of you who are not tuning in the first time, that simply means you've been here before. Wink, wink. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, any amount of time after the first, that means you are a returning audience. If you are a returning audience, I say to you, welcome. I am glad to be back with you. Okay? Welcome. Yes. So, first timer, guess what's going to happen? We're going to have the returning audience welcome you as well, because that's how we do up in here. Now listen to me here. This is a show where we support each other. So for first timers, this is Go For You. I like to introduce myself, right? I like to say I am. I like to introduce myself to let you know a little bit about me. A little bit about me is I'm from a huge, absolutely huge family. I consider myself as the little farmer's girl. Yeah, I'm the farmer's girl that grew up to be your host. So most of the time that each topic or each content is going to relate to my farmer's background. Yep, indeed. Somewhere along the line, I am going to throw in my story. I might throw in a little bit of my family, but I mostly talk about me. Not that I'm conceited or anything, but I like to talk about me because nobody else can talk about me the way I talk about me because it's my story. And my story is unique, and the way I tell it, it is unique. So most time, if you are new, what will happen? You're gonna hear me jump in and say, "Me or my daughter and I." Something related to my daughter, something related to how I raised my daughter. That is what we do up in here. For those who've been here, they already know the storyline. They already know that I'm gonna come on up in here and I'm gonna throw in my story somewhere in the corner and say, hey, relate this. And if you can relate, if something resonates with you, you put yes in the comment section. And guess what happened? We gonna work this all together. That's right. We are gonna work it all together. Let me tell you something. Both returning audience and newbies. Newbies, you are considered a newbie if this is your first time. You're a newbie. So once you are a newbie, as I mentioned, that I'm from a youth family, I take you in as the new baby. I get excited about new babies. And when I get excited, honey, you are the newest baby. I get really excited for you. So yes, indeed, you come on in. I say you can see her back here. She welcome you as well. So we are a team. Let me tell you something between newbies and returning audience. We absolutely, I mean me, her, you, all of us. We are on a journey called life. Yeah, we are breathing people right here. So simply we are on a journey called life. And because we are all on this journey called life, there is a point of success. Everyone wants to create a success story. And if everybody wants to create a success story, however you define your success story, it is up to you. Maybe something that you like, maybe something that you enjoy, whatever the case is, however you define your success story, that is up to you because everybody's success story is different. But let me remind you or inform you that nobody, I mean, absolutely nobody cannot succeed by themselves. We need each other to grow. We need each other to stay strong. We need each other to pour into so we could grow. Let me tell you, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are the president, the prime minister, the mayor, the governor, the teacher, the student, whoever you are, the fact of the matter is they did not get there by themselves. If you notice, a political leader got a whole team called the cabinet. If you put a cabinet to your kitchen cabinet, there's stuff in your cabinet. So it's the same thing. A team. We hear this all the time. Teamwork makes the dream work. But I'm saying if we build a strong team, it is harder to break. We are not no little flimsy, weaky thing. When we are together, we are stronger. So let us get this concept. Let us become aware. Let us become conscious that something that you have, I might need it. Something that I have, you might need it. So when we gather that together, what will happen? We will replenish the earth. That's why God created us. God created each and every one of us to work together so we can replenish the earth. Oftentimes we hear replenish the earth, be fruitful and replenish the earth. But let me remind you of that. Let's interpret this a little bit clearer for you today. When we talk about be fruitful and replenish the earth, we are talking about taking the gifts and the talent that is on our DNA, the talent that we develop from our gifts that is sewn onto our DNA, and we putting it together. And we are creating this and that and this and that and this and that, just like, the light bulb, just like this computer, just like the devices that we are using every day. Hello, somebody created it. Why? Because they tap into their greatness. And we operate from our greatness up in here, right? So we operate from our inside out and say, hello. This is what we are going to do. So again, welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show. Don't you worry, I'm going to edit that because I saw it says season 10, but it is not season 10. It is season 11. New stuff. Okay? New stuff. We are in season 11. Yep, indeed. So I want to say to you, welcome one and all to the Question Live Show. Do you have a question? Put in the comment section. If you don't have a question, just talk back to me. Because this is not a monologue. This is a dialogue between you and I. So when I sit here and say something, if it resonates with you, type in the comment section. If you want to say something, type in the comment section because we are students and teachers at the same time. So whatever you put, we are going to learn and teach together. Get it? Wink, wink, wink. That's what it is. Teachers are not only those who are in the classroom on the chalkboard. We are students and teachers at the same time because we have the same intention, and that is to live, learn, and to grow. Hello, somebody. So this is what we are going to do. Again, oh my goodness. We are in season 11. Yes, indeed. First up, I want to say this really quick. This is not this way. No. Newbies, I like to say this really quick. Get something to write with because here we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets. And when we do that, I say capture it. Get it. Tuck it in your bosom. Tuck it in your pocket. Tuck it somewhere because we go fast in here and we go on like a highway speed. So when we drop juicy contents and golden nuggets, I expect you to write them down because, hey, I might not even remember how to recap that. So with that said, you see the topic over there. It says ABC. We hear this. ABC. He says 1, 2, 3, honey. But we are going to do something tonight. We are in the season We are in the mud. Well, actually, it's not a season. We are in the mud where we celebrate. We celebrate, we celebrate. Here we celebrate a lot of things. Whether you're small win or you're big win, we like to celebrate up in here. Whatever is it that you are celebrating, graduation, wedding, proposal, new boo, new friend, you make an extra step, you grow a little bit, you develop a little bit, you found out you're having a baby, you just had a baby, you just got married, whatever the case is, we like to celebrate with you. Your culture is celebrating something, your country is celebrating something. We like to celebrate with you. But with that same celebration, we like to highlight a couple things for me. Look at things. Some of the things are, it is Child's Month. One. Children, get your children. You know what I'm saying? Get your children. Two. It is Mental Health Awareness. 3, it is Women's Health Month. So we have 3 things. There are more things probably going on, but these are the 3 we want to highlight, because without a woman, you don't have a child. Without a child, you ain't got nothing else going on. Women are the giver of life. So we want to recognize those 3. We are going to put them in a lump sum. We are going to work on them tonight, because as you can see, the topics are ABC. We're going to throw in a little something and make it a little something, like a little gumbo. Alert. Now let's see. Let's work this out. Let's work it out. As I say good night for those of you who are in the audience. Indeed. Excuse me again. Excuse me a second. I try to tell you. Yes, indeed. So we want to make sure that we are getting things popping tonight. And as we say, ABC of the night. ABC. Now listen to me, mothers, teachers, students, everybody. All of you out there, we learned our ABC, okay? It's like, okay, we're going to learn our ABC, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and we go, and you get to the middle of the elemental, all that good stuff, elemental P, okay? But we are not going to go that far tonight. We are going to stick with the ABC, right? We are going to stick with the ABC tonight. And when we stick with the ABC, what will happen? We are going to jump in, because we're going to take one of those 3 things that I mentioned, and we are going to work it with the ABC. What is it? What are we taking? Mental health. We are taking mental health tonight, and we are going to address mental health tonight in a ABC format tonight. Let me tell you something. We talk about mental health, and we oftentimes put mental health as those who are in the mental wards, or we talk about mental health where we say, oh my God, somebody go cuckoo, or we say somebody going crazy, or somebody going loco. Are we talking about just you're gone, you're losing your mind? But mental health is not really that. Mental health is every last one of us checking in on our mental status. Is each and every one of us, once we are alive, what we need to do is to take moments to check in. Ding, 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 ding. Check in on our mental status. It is looking at your mental status to see how healthy it is. If your mental is not healthy, you see, mental health, healthy man and healthy mind. Anything that says mental, we are talking about the mind, right? So when we talk about mental health, what we want to do, we want to see if our mind are healthy. Right? We want to check in on our mental. It's just like you're going to the doctor. Excuse me, doctor, I'm coming in. I need to do a yearly checkup to see how healthy I am. Do I need to adjust this? Do I need to adjust that? You know what I'm saying? Do I need to add in a little bit of something up in there? Do I need to do that? You know what I'm saying? So when we go to the doctor, when we have checkup, yearly checkup, that's what we're checking for. They tell you, check the boob. You know what I'm saying? Check. When we are doing this, it's the same thing that we have to do with our mind. That is how we are talking about mental health. So when we are raising the awareness of mental health, let us consider it not only in May, but let us consider this a daily, a monthly, a weekly thing, okay? Let us check our mind. How do we check our mind? I am going to roll down in ABC format that I say grab your writing tool so we can write this out. I am going to just go down a little bit in that, and let us know how we can check in with our mind to see the health status of our mind. Because when the health status of our mind is going this way, what will happen to us? We are going to go this way as well. Because the mind is powerful. The mind almost controls your entire body. Did you know that? Did you know that? Because of course the show is called The Question Life, so I might ask you some questions. The mind is so powerful that I'm trying to let you know the mind is like, hey, I hold power. I'm going to work it out. You listen to me? So the mind said, move your hand, you move your hand. The mind said, move your feet, you move your feet. The mind and the heart, they hold a conversation. Yes, indeed. Daily they hold a conversation. So we don't want mental health to be just a month. We want mental health to be a daily check-in. Check-in, check-in, check-in. Check in with yourself and then check in with your good friends. You know what I'm saying? Who are your good friends? The one that say, I'm good. The one that always say that they're good. No, nobody's not always good. Nobody's not always good, and nobody's not always bad. There has to be some way that we get in here and we align ourselves and we create those that section, a stability. So mental health awareness is a daily check-in. It is a daily check-in with you. As you can see her back here, I'm like, girl, time to check in, time to check in, time to check in, right? And when I do a mental check-in, I'm like, ooh, girl, hold on a second. So the first thing that we want to do, as I mentioned, we are going in the ABC format. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to go in A. A stands for alone time. Alone time. Hello, audience. Alone time. Alone time, audience. We are talking about alone time. A is alone time. If you're taking notes, please take note of these things because I said I'm just going to go really fast, go over it, and we go on. Right? So when we are talking about the ABC of mental health, we are talking about A. As I mentioned, we learn our ABC. And then we say, when we're teaching our children, we say, A is for apple. A is for apple, right? And that's always the most, I don't think even A is for anything else when we teach our children ABC. If you taught your child or children anything else, A is for something, you can put in the comments as well. But me, again, I like to talk about me. I say A is for apple. And as we grow, they say apple a day keep the doctors away. So I guess apple is the main thing for A. But here we are talking about our mental status. A is for alone time. And alone time don't mean that you put your child in timeout now. Alone time, hey, sometimes you gotta go and time out your own self. Sometimes you gotta time out your own self. Alone time. Time out. We getting on the clock. We're looking at the clock. We're looking at our daily status. We're looking at our daily routine. We're looking at our daily activity, our daily duties. I say, hey, I need a time out for myself. Alone time is crucial, people. Alone time is where we sit and we listen to all the thoughts. Because did you know that our thoughts have voices? Do you know that? Our thoughts have voices. And because our thoughts have voices, when we crawl up into that alone time, what will happen? We get to hear those voices because now we are quieting the outside noise and we're in our alone time and we are listening to ourselves. Ding, 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 ding. And this one is saying that, and that one is saying that, and this one is saying that. And all those thoughts jumping up in our mind. They're doing gymnastics, they're doing Olympics, they're doing a race, they're doing all sorts of sports in our mind. But when we draw ourselves into the alone time, because parents, you give your children time out. Why do you give your children time out? If you are a parent watching this right now and you know the practice of time out, what is it and why is it that you gave your child time out? Consider that, because the same thing we do for our children, it will reverse and come right back to us. And sometimes we got to do the same thing for ourselves. So the same way we give our children time out, reverse. Same thing that we got to do for ourselves and give ourselves time out. Yep. So when we go into our alone time, it is called giving yourself time out. It's called giving yourself a moment to hear those thoughts. Grab which one, make it a lot of noise, because you know you got some children that's really loud. You got some voice that's really, really loud, and you got some voice that's really, really tiny. Yes. So when you have that voice, you are the boss. You on the outer here. You are the boss. Even though the mind is powerful, you are the boss of those thoughts. Those thoughts go in, you in your alone time. I'm in my alone time. Now let's talk. And you grab those thoughts. Oh, and that thought is saying, oh, you're so angry. Oh, that thought is saying you're so sad. Oh, that thought is saying you are so emotional. Oh, your thought is saying all that. Yes. For every single thing that's going on in your thoughts, those are considered your emotions, and your emotions are real. I don't know how many of you ever heard they talk about the two little people on your shoulder. One evil and one good. And so when we are hearing these thoughts, what happened? We got to come to the point to say which one going to benefit us, because they're real. They're real. Those thoughts are real. Those are your emotions. So they're real. So as we listen to them, we say, you are so sad. Oh, you are this. You are so ugly. You are so weak. You are so that. But you know what? We are going to counteract those. Because yes, you're telling me that I am sad. So I am going to acknowledge the fact that I am sad. Yes, but what is going to happen in my alone time? I am going to search around. I am going to close my eyes maybe. I am going to take a moment and say, why am I sad? What is contributing to my sadness? Because they have to, every single thing, there's a contributing factor. So if that thought loud says, "Ooh, you're so sad, you're so sad, you're so sad," what is causing my sadness? No, what is going to happen in your long time? You are going to target the source of what's causing that sadness. Now there's another thought back here said, "Ooh, you're so angry, you're so angry, you're so mad, you're having outbursts, you're doing all that." Yes, I am doing that. Now you're going to go back again and find that source, and you're going to find out what is causing you to be angry. Because usually when we're angry, it's some form of frustration. So there's a thought going somewhere, it's festering somewhere, it's some form of frustration. So we're angry. Why? Because we take that frustration and we bring it forward, and it's just jumping. It's going. So now we get angry. Okay? And that thought is saying, you're so angry. You're so angry. How do you handle that anger? How do you handle that? What is causing you to be angry? Where's that frustration coming from? No, we are going to go. We are going to find that frustration. We are going to work on it. We are going to smooth it out. And we are going to go on. Now here comes another thought over there like, you're so beautiful. Yes. Who told you that you are beautiful? You see, God told each and every one of us that whatever he created is beautiful. So when that lovely thought is over there, said, you're so beautiful. No, what happened? You are contributing to that. You are saying, who told me that I was beautiful? Was it my daddy? Was it my mommy? Was it my husband? Was my children? Somebody told you that. But the first person that told you that you are beautiful is God. Because God said, all things that I created is good and beautiful. Okay? All creatures, great and small, beautiful. So when we hear that little thought saying, you're so beautiful. Yes, thank you. I'm so beautiful. So when we go again and another thought said, you are not strong. Listen. God says that we are strong, and the weak shall be strong. So any single thought that you're hearing that voice, we got to go in survey like a little spy. What is causing that? Right? So the ABC of mental health is where the first letter is A, where we want to create alone time. So we zoom in. We zoom into ourselves. It's like getting an X-ray or MRI. And when we do that, we're MRIing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We're getting a little imagery of ourselves. So those are very crucial, because when we come out of our alone time, what is going to happen? We are going to go into B of mental health. What is B of mental health? Because whatever decision made in the alone time, it is going to show when we get to the next level, which is the B zone. The B zone of mental health. Now, let me pause right here before I go into the B zone. I am not a medical doctor, but what happened? My professor is God himself. I am from the universe. I'm a universe student. Let me tell you something. I'm not a medical doctor, but I know a thing or two. So whatever I say to you, if you want to verify it with your medical doctor, that is up to you. But let me tell you something. I drop what I know. Okay? God gave me knowledge, not only knowledge, but God gave me wisdom. And so it is. I put them together. I come here as your host because God gave me the platform. I come here as your host. And what happened, I share with you. So yes. So you can take what I say, you can digest it, or you can spit it out. It's up to you, whatever it is that I am feeding you. As a mother, I like to feed the children. So if you're here, you are getting fed, that is fine. If you want to, if you can digest it, work on your digestive system. If you can't digest it, work on your digestive system. Maybe it is a mental thing. If you can't digest it, everything comes from here. It's trickling down from the mind. So if your digestive system is messed up, check in with the mind. Check in with the mind. It is a contributing factor. You know when your stomach is messed up. Let me tell you something. It is from here. Oh, I got stomach problem. What happened? We know the word stress. Honey, we know the word stress. Stress is when the mind gets overwhelmed. The mind is overworked. The mind is overactive. The mind is doing a lot. So what happened? The stress from that trickle down and go right and sit on the belly. Boop. Gut. Sit right on the belly and you just walk around like, oh my God, right? So yes, so as we come out, so that was a detour to just put that out there. Listen up now. As we come out of the A zone of mental issue, mental health, because there are categories when we are talking about mental health, mental issue, mental challenge, and so forth. When we are talking about mental challenge, most of the time, mental challenges, you're born with it. Mental issue is what you develop as you go through life. Life hit you, you develop some form of mental issue. Why? Because your mental state of mind gravitate to something. Most likely some form of traumatic event happened and your mind got right up in there. And it caused mental issue. Mental issue is where you go into a place of sadness, depression. From depression, you just keep on going up. And if you never address the sadness develop. And when the sadness develop, it moves it into a higher level. And it's called stress. And again, it is called depression. We hear the word depression. Yep. And when it passes depression, it's escalating and it's going up to all sort of stuff. Bipolar is a high level of sadness. It goes up and it just keep on going up and up because what? You didn't address the little SAD. You didn't acknowledge SAD. You didn't work on it. You didn't find out what is causing you to be sad. Because like I mentioned earlier, nobody, and I mean, if you find somebody who is happy every single day and is like, oh, I'm not sad, I'm never sad, bring them to me. Bring them on the show. We would like to talk. Because not every day. You might not show that you are sad every day. But somewhere along the line, you are sad. And somewhere along the line, you are happy. Okay? So that's, as we talk about that sad and happy, we come to B zone. The B zone of mental health. What is the B zone? The B zone is where we balance and build boundary. We want to balance and build boundaries. Yep, because what you learn in the A zone is opening the door, is opening the window for you to get into the B zone. The B zone is your balance and your setting boundary. Oh my God. Hello, somebody. Balance, let me tell you something. Have you ever rode a bike? I mean, a bicycle? Learn to ride a bicycle? taught your children how to ride a bicycle. You're teaching your children right now how to ride a bicycle. What is one of the key words to get on that bicycle or that bike and keep on rolling? Balance. Hello, somebody? What is the key word when you're teaching your children or yourself or whoever to ride a bike? It is called balance. You're learning to ride a roller, you're learning to do roller skate, ice skating, anything that you're standing up on your two little feet, okay? If you're standing up and you learn to ride something where you're using your feet, your limbs, something, it is considered a balance. You need balance. So it is the same thing. When we come out of the A zone, we are going in the B zone, and the B zone is called balance. And when we balance something, what is happening? We are setting boundaries. We have so many issues, mental issues, because what? We did not balance, and what? We did not set boundary. Yeah. So pausing there for a second. Let me acknowledge those who are in the audience. I see Sharon. Sharon is a VIP. Sharon is a VIP up in here. Welcome. VIP. Yes, for you who are just tuning in, and for those of you who never been here before, we do have something called a VIP up in here. Yes, we do. We have VIPs. VIPs are those who come on in. They support the channel. They earn a badge. They earn a badge for VIPs because not only that they come in with an intention, but they come in and they take action. We must not only have an intention, but we must have action to back up the intention. We can't say I'm intended to write. I'm intended to go. I'm intended to do. No. Action, they say, speak louder than words. So when we come on in here, we are not coming in here with only intention. I don't put intention only on my shoulder, honey. I show up. And when I show up, I'm showing up because we need to take action. So this is where we're coming in here to let you know that this is a teaching platform. So do not come in here only with an intention. Come in here to take action. Not only for me, because like I mentioned, I'm from a huge family. So I'm not telling you to subscribe to my channel. I'm not telling you to like anything, to share anything, because I am telling you because here we drop juicy content and golden nuggets. And I'm telling you, if you are getting good food somewhere, you would like to tell somebody. If you are getting a good sale somewhere, you would like to tell somebody. If you are getting a good special somewhere, you would like to tell somebody. So that's all I am saying to you. I'm not just saying that for you to just be on my channel. Okay? I'm saying that if you are getting something that's serving you, why keep it to yourself? As I mentioned, we cannot grow unless we work together. So if you are getting something and it's listen, if you go watch a movie, honey, and it's just good, you're like, oh girl, you gotta go watch this movie. And then you saw the Spider-Man and you're like, oh, you definitely gotta go see the Spider-Man in this movie. You're going to call up somebody and you are going to tell them that you must come see this movie right now, or let's do this trip and let's go see this movie. So anything that you are getting that is benefiting you, you would like to share. Sharing is not caring, because we hear this all the time and we use it so fluidly that, hey, sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. No, sharing is a part of our DNA, and so is caring. Sharing and caring is a part of our DNA. The world needs people to care, and the world needs people to share. And we're not talking about your wealth, because you acquire wealth, honey, it is up to you. But when we are talking about sharing, we are talking about sharing knowledge, because knowledge is not power by itself. Knowledge is power when we share it. So that's what I say to you, that you come on in here, you get something of benefit, you get something that's beneficial, share it with somebody else. I don't say share because, I say share with somebody else so somebody else could learn a thing or two with us. I'm not keeping nothing to myself, because I'm trying to let you know the grave will not get my gift and talents. My passion, my goals, my expectation. The grave will not get it. So I will go to my grave not full, but I will go to my grave empty, because I'm not going to my grave full for the grave to be rich off me. No. Absolutely not. The grave will not be rich from my gifts and my talents. No, God gave me it for me to empty out before I get to the grave. So if I'm at the grave door, like, no, boo, you're not getting my gift and my talent. So when I come up in here, I encourage you to do the same thing. Your gifts and talents are not for you. Your dreams and vision is going to intertwine, and we are going to work together. It's just that simple. Hello? Somebody? Hello. Good. Now that we established that, let's talk about balance and boundary. Balance and boundary is simple saying that we have to balance our everyday duty. You know, they talk about Superman and Superwoman. No, you are not a Superman and you're not a Superwoman. Oh, I am your Superwoman. No, I am not your Superwoman. And you are not no Superman. Do not come up in here saying you're a Superman or Superwoman. No, take off that cape and say, I'm a human being that have duties, responsibilities, and so forth. Every single day, make a schedule. If you have a regular 9 to 5, then hey, you know that your regular 9 to 5, this is what happened in your regular 9 to 5. You are going to exercise your responsibility in the 9 to 5. Now, what is it that you are doing after the 9 to 5? You are going to set boundaries, and that maybe you take phone calls. Hey, maybe you are that person that somebody call on all the time. If you are that individual that somebody depends on all the time, like, hey, hey, can you, you know, you become canoe, okay? Your name become canoe. And when your name change to can you, and all you saying is yes, honey. So your name is can you? Yes. No, I'm just saying. Hey, do you see that? You see how that works? We got to learn to say no. When we are setting boundaries and we are building a balance, we got to say no. Audience, no is a full sentence. Exclamation sign. No, today I cannot do that. No matter your routine, no matter what, did you just see what I said? No matter what it is, even your regular 9 to 5, when you start getting overwhelmed, when your brain start going over and over and over and over, you're gonna like, excuse me, I need a sick day, a mental health day. You know that if you have a regular job, that is a request that you can make. If you have a regular job, audience, you know, a mental health day can be requested. Request a mental health day when you start feeling that you are getting overwhelmed, when you start feeling tired, when you start feeling like they're taking too much from you, when you feel like you're not being replenished. Hello, somebody, call in. Request a mental health day, a sick day. Check HR. I'm just giving you something. I'm dropping something here for you. I'm giving you something. I'm telling you something. Do not go overboard, because when we don't set boundary, we are going overboard. We are doing excess amount. And when we are doing excess amount, what is happening? Consider yourself as a tire on a car, a bike, whatever. A tire. When it's getting overused, it starts wearing off. It starts worn out, and all of that starts tearing. And it's the same thing with our mind. The mind starts doing like this, like shredding. I talk about my family. My mama was a dressmaker, so I know what it is to see little threads going, sewing, putting things together, knitting things together, and all sort of stuff. Our mind, right there, when it starts shredding off. Why? Because everybody picking peas, because now you become, can you? Can you? Yes. Yes. So the mind starts shredding off things, and what happened? It starts losing that which you need to give yourself. Okay? Because you forgot there was a timeout section in level A, right? So we start shredding the mind. The mind starts going, start fuzzing away, and when it starts fuzzing away, there's no strength to balance you. When we don't have that strength to balance us, we are going to crash. If the car keep going with a tear wheel, the tire is torn. How far you think that car could go? Hello? We are that vehicle. The mind is that wheel. The mind is that tire, not the wheel. The mind is that tire. The mind is that tire. And if the mind is that tire and it's getting shred off, and you like, ooh, I got a puncher, you can't make it far. And it's the same thing that we have to look at ourselves. We are the vehicle. And when the mind is gone and it starts, we got to stop. Call up whoever you got to call up. Hello, I need help. Ask for help. Help is not a weak thing. No, help is not a weak thing. Help is saying that you are strong enough to ask for it. If you don't ask, you shall not receive. I'm just saying. Ask and you shall receive. My tire is getting worn out. I could feel it. My tire is getting hot. I could feel it. My tire, I could hear a puncher. I could hear it. I could feel it. I could feel it deflated. I could feel it deflated. When you start going through that, call for help. Otherwise, the car is going to crash. And honey, not every crash you survive. I'm just saying. Not every car crash you survive. Some people get blessed and like they survive. But not every car crash you survive. Some car crash, you're gone. Do not push yourself into that place where you develop mental issue to get to that place of crashing your own car. Do not crash your own car, okay? So we already have our alone time. That is the A zone. Now we're in B zone. C zone is create a space. Create a space to avoid conflict between your emotion, your spirit, and your physical being. So let us create a space. That's the C level. Now we're at C level. A, B, C, A, B, C. Yep, indeed, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. We are at the C level. The C level is saying create a space where we can avoid conflict between all the mental people, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. There will be a conflict between those three. They're like this. 3 little fingers, 3 little toes. I feel like I'm doing nursery rhyme up in here. So these 3 that will clash. And they will cause a conflict because when we don't stop and evaluate ourselves to see emotionally how healthy am I? My emotions going wild. We hear this all the time. Oh, my emotion going wild. So are you sitting here right now, listening to me, whether you're on the live or you're going to be watching the replay, or are you sitting there with your emotions going wild? Your emotions are all over the place. If you listen to that statement, my emotions are all over the place. What you are saying that your thoughts are all over the place. So where are you building that balance with those thoughts? We don't want our emotions all over the place because now it's like I'm talking to you and you're thinking about tomorrow, what I'm going to wear to work, what am I going to cook, what am I going to feed the husband, what am I going to feed the dog, the rat, the roach, the fly. Yeah. Right? So when you're not focused, we want to be in the now. So we want to avoid conflict as much as possible. When we try to avoid conflict as much as possible, what is happening? We are creating a safe space where we're bringing those emotions and say, okay, we don't want to have no conflict between my spirit and my emotions. Because spiritually, what happened, and when I talk about spiritually, I am not talking about religion and also whatever you do is what you do. I am talking about our spiritual man. We got to feed our spiritual man. How is it we are feeding our spiritual man? It is contributing to our emotional state of mind. When we are talking about mental health, what's happening? Our emotions are all over the place. It might be from 50 years ago, 5 days ago, when we're 5, when we're 2. Oh, I remember this. I remember that. Okay, how is it that we are going to bring that and balance it to now? Why? We are going to be grateful for now. When we get up here today, we are not in yesterday. So I tell people all the time, don't try to take me back into how long, how many years ago, when and who and why. No, Do not try to take me back there. I'm not going back there. I already relocated from the past. I'm up here right now. So when we are in this place to avoid the conflict, what we have to do, we have to learn to absorb the now. When we absorb the now, we operate with a gratitude attitude. We operate with a grateful heart. We operate to say, hey, I'm in now. How am I going to handle our now? Create that space. What is the space that I'm creating? I'm going to see my emotions. I said, today my emotions are saying this. What am I going to do? Add to it. So, let me tell you something. My mentor said, anywhere that energy goes, energy will grow. So if your emotions are saying that you are in a sad, depressing, stressful state, and you keep on pouring into that, like, oh my God, I'm so sad. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. Oh my God, I'm so depressed. What is going to happen? That energy is going to allow that emotion to grow. So you're feeding your spirit, man. Whatever you're feeding your spirit, man, it is coming up and it is growing like a tree. Let me tell you something. Like I said, I like to talk about me. Growing up on the farm, I watched my parents sit there, plant a little seed in the ground. Maybe it is a corn. Plant a little peas. Maybe it's little beans. Plant it in the ground, water it, till the ground, and wait for it to start springing up. Wait for the sun, wait for the rain, sprinkle the water, and just keep on watching it as it start bringing up that little sprout. It is the same thing with our mental state of mind. Whatever we feed our spirit, what is going to happen? It is going to grow. It is going to spring up. It is going to cause us to develop a place where we either go into a mental overflow, which is mental issue, or it's going to cause us to have mental strain, which is mental issue again. Where we are avoiding these things, we don't want to have that. So what is going to happen in our now? This is the now where we say we are going to release. We are going to take our time and release and let go and lower the weight that we are carrying in our mind. Listen to me. When we are carrying the weight in our mind, it is going to take us back into a place of a caterpillar state of mind. A caterpillar evolved and became a lovely butterfly. Hello? That butterfly is as light, just going. Can it come back to a caterpillar? No. So guess what happened in our now when we're trying to avoid conflict between emotions, spirit, and physical being? All of this, okay? We are going to consider ourselves as evolving from a caterpillar state. So we want to release some of the pressure out of our mind so we can have less people going into the mental ward with mental issues. Come on, somebody. Mental ward should not be just taking in somebody because they're sad. No hospital should be admitting somebody because they're angry. No, nobody should be taking somebody because, hey, they're having a flashback moment. No. These are things that need to address now, right here, today. We need to address these things so we can avoid just going into the hospital because, oh, you got mental issue? Everybody got mental issue. Every last one of us got mental issue, but it's how we handle them. It is how we work on them. It is how we look at them. It is how we perceive the very things that we consider issue. We call them issue. We call them struggle. We call them circumstances. We call them situation. We call them stuff. So we all have it. And what happened? It's not contagious. It is not contagious. It is for us to work together. So guess what? If you are feeling a little bit sad, how can I add a little happiness to you? If you are feeling happy, how can I add a little bit more happiness to you? Right? So I ask you as we close out this session, what is it that you are facing called mental issue? What is it that you consider mental issue? If you are at a place of healthy mental state of mind, your mind is healthy, check in with the good friends, check in with the good family, and see their mental status. Check in with their mental status, because we can avoid all these mental issues getting bigger, so it become a mental challenge. So it can get bigger and become mental overflow. We don't want to have a mental overflow. We don't want to have a mental overdrive. No, we want to have stability of the mind. So guess what's going to happen when we have stability of the mind is because we are working together. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, viewers of this channel. I am your host, but I want to say to you, as we are closing up May, do not stop in May. Do not stop in May to say May is Mental Health Awareness Month. It saddened my heart when we just get past May and it's not mental health awareness, nothing. Mental health awareness is every single day. Let us take stock of our mental status. Let us take stock of our family and who we consider our friends. Check in with the neighbor, check in with somebody, check in with the elder, check in with yourself. Because when you check in with yourself, you'll be able to check with somebody else. As your host, I say to you, I hope, I pray, I declare that you have a healthy mind from this day forward. Whatever is triggering the issues, I say to give them to God, and so we can have stability. Listen, it is good to be back. It is good that we resume this show, and I am glad to show up, to drop in here and give you a little bit of what I got for myself. Mental issue is real. Mental health is real. So guess what's going to happen? We can do this together. Don't forget, work together so we could grow stronger. When we are stronger, you'll see the mind will be stronger too. Thank you so much for tuning in into this episode of what? The Question Live Show with your host, moi, Verona Willis-Brown. See you at the next go around, possible tomorrow. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can know when I go live so you don't miss a thing or two. Bye-bye.